I need to ask you folks a question. And I'm being very serious too, because I was thinking about this all day based on several situations that I experienced today dealing with my fellow man, right? And, I keep saying this, that I'm not really optimistic about social relations amongst humans and if it's going to get better, right? There's a lot of divides that we have going on. There's some isms and some genderisms things and going on and so forth. And there's a lot of conflict that we have, right? And the polarities. And, before I even get into all of that, my first question would be to you folks is, and I'm being serious, why are so many people stuck on stupid? Right? Now, I'm not feeling my best today. I've been running around and stuff like that, and I haven't been feeling my best. I tried to take a little bit of medicine earlier, and, I just feel like down in the dumps. I just don't feel like I have all my energy, and I think maybe I need to get some rest. I've been crunching this week, and it's been really hectic for me. But, it doesn't, the people, even though I'm busy, the people that I'm dealing with don't stop. They're very busy. They're very busy with their bullshit. The people that I deal with do not stop the bullshit. It never stops. It's like a fucking 24-hour 7-Eleven or something. It's like bullshit is just constant, right? But why are people stuck on stupid? I talk about being courteous and having manners and showing good intentions towards other people. I talk about that a lot, and I find case examples of people being good. I very rarely find that, in my day-to-day. Now, maybe you folks, maybe a lot of you get along with people and maybe you're being fake yourselves, and that's something you need to look at. But, when I talk about being stuck on stupid, I'm talking about not having enough understanding of what tact is and, not being able to speak appropriately, right? And talking out of context. People do this a lot. Now, this morning, I was down in the office doing some stuff, and I was not in typically where I normally am, but I went to another office, and I was dealing with some folks on some business. And, there's a few folks in the office. I know most of the people there. There's a few new people that I haven't met before. And there was this lady in particular that I ran across this morning who I was talking to one of her colleagues about something she was involved in on a deal or something, and we were talking. And so this lady is a complete stranger to me. Never met her before, never introduced myself. She's never introduced herself formally to me. So, I knew who she was based on the business I'm doing, but I didn't know her personally. So anyway, I'm at this place, and I'm talking to this other person that I'm trying to handle some things with, and this lady comes up in the middle of our conversation, and she says, "What are you talking about?" Now, she could have been joking or something like that, but there's a time and place for everything, and most people with good common sense excuse themselves before they interrupt you, right? These are things that you learn in kindergarten, right? So I know people must be stuck on stupid because they just do these types of things, right? And, and she was pretty rude, and me being the man that I am, I had to let her know that she was out of line. And I told her that, right? But she never apologized or anything. So I don't think it connected in her mind what I was saying to her about her being rude. And lady, you were pretty rude. And you got a piece of my mind today because I'm not feeling my best. Now, if I were on my better game, I would have just ignored you. Because, obviously you're not on my intelligence level, and I wouldn't even have wasted my time with such things. But, I was a little down in the dumps as far as how I was feeling, and so I was a little grumpy, and I just let you have it, and you deserved it. So I'm not apologizing to you. I'm just using this as a teachable moment for the viewers out there, you guys, and I just want you guys to understand something. If you do these types of things, you need to work on some things. You really do. If you're one of these people who constantly find yourself in situations where you're putting your fucking foot in your mouth, then you need to learn how to do something else, because that is how you get conflict, right? You don't need conflict in your life. Your life could be much better without drama. Now, some of you like drama, right? And I suspect that many of you, when you do these things, you do it just to create that atmosphere, because you don't feel at peace unless you have chaos going on, which is oxymoronic. But some people in their fucking crazed minds, this is their function. So I'm not going to get into that part, but I just want to say that was very rude, and and I'm tired of seeing that. It's stuck on stupid, because you're not able to think about how you're being disrespectful to another person. You're thoughtless. Now, the scary thing for me is that I realized that there are a fucking world of people who literally think like this and are impulsive and just do things and don't have good common sense. Now, I use this as an opportunity to bring up another story from today. I had to pick up some packages from, I put in an order on some things. I had some stuff printed for me, and I had to go pick up the bundles for something I'm doing with some business stuff. And so I go to this particular place that I'm not going to name the place, but I go to this particular place that I had a work order put in at, and to pick up my things I got made. And so anyway, they direct me to the warehouse area where the dock was, so I can load up and put it in my trunk or whatever. So I go over here. One of the like the floor managers or something pointed me in a direction and told me to talk to one of the guys that was going to load up for me. So I go over to this area, and there's this guy standing there, right? And I ask him, are these the bundles that I'm going to pick up to load up? And so he says, he told me yes, but he said it in a way that was, he was being a smart aleck about it, right? And if he had given some thought to what he was answering, well, he did answer my question, but if he had given some thought to why, because he responded as if he didn't understand why I was asking him if I were picking up those particular bundles. Now, folks, you weren't there, you can't see the scene, but there were like fucking bundles everywhere, right? This particular bundle did not have a work order ticket attached to it, didn't have my name on it or anything. So how was I supposed to know what bundles that I was going to take for the work that I needed to pick up? How did I know that? I didn't know that. That's why I went over to the guy and asked him, right? But I suspect that he didn't do it because it was a dumb question. I think that it was really about he just wasn't happy having to work and being there. We've all been there in life. We've all had to hustle in life to get where we are. And you don't know me, man. You were being very presumptuous, and I can just tell by your air that you were pissed off. You were peed off at me for my life, right? Now, obviously, I do business. I'm not telling you folks what kind of business I'm in. It doesn't really matter. But this guy, he clearly knows that I book these folks to do jobs for me from here and now. I mean, every once in a while, and so he knows that they get steady work for me in business, and so he knows that I do business or whatever. And I think he was a little green about. And when I say green, I mean green with envy. I think he just didn't like the fact that I was in a different space than he is right now in his life. Now, your life can get better, man. You don't have to always stay in the predicament that you're in, right? And sometimes you have to build in your own mind and try to think for better scenarios in your life that you can be in, right? And then you'll get there one day. But you have to believe in something first, and that's yourself. Right? A lot of you people work these dead-end jobs and stuff like that, and you're constantly depressed and everything, and that's fine. Who would want to work a dead-end job? No one would want to work a dead-end job. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and we all have had to do that, like I said. So you know, this guy, you know, I really didn't like your attitude, man. You were another tactless soul that I encountered today. So that's 2 people, folks. That's 2 people. And, you know, I don't get this, you know. I'm tired of having to be the bigger person, is what I always talk about. I'm tired of always, you know, trying to rationalize someone else's inability to do the right thing, right? Why it's okay for them to, but I hold myself to a standard higher than that. And so you'll never find a situation where I infringe on other people, because I just don't do that. I really don't, you know. But it was worthy of having this conversation because, you know, I really wanted you people to think about something. If you're doing this type of stuff, you know, then maybe you enjoy it, right? Because I'm looking at it from the dark side standpoint. I think more people are sadistic and shit, and they enjoy the things that they put on other people. I think some people really get off on that, right? Now there are a few of you guys who are clueless, and you're the lost ones. You're the ones that, you know, we're trying to corral back, so to speak. You know, excuse me. You know, but I really want to see some change with that. You know, I'm the type of person now that I'm just not really a nice guy. I try to be a nice guy to people that I know, but I'm not really typically a nice guy in that context because, you know, I expect things from people, and I mostly get what I expect, right? In most cases, you know, I expect the worst, and I get pretty much close to that in any situation. So, you know, I'm just tired of dealing with low-grade people. You know, point me to that land where there's a bunch of people who are good-natured and are respectable, you know, and tactful and mindful of other people. Show me that place and I'm going, okay? So those are 2 people that I talked to you folks about today. And, you know, the funny thing is, if I sat around and waited till the rest of the week, I could probably tally up about maybe 6 people, you know. On a really, really busy week when I'm trying to hustle and get things done, it could be about 10 people. It could be more than that. And too many of you people are living lives that you don't like. And I'm thinking that is the reason why you behave like this. There has to be some type of reason, you know, that most of you are coming out like this. Now, if you're being raised like this, that's a whole entirely another animal that we have to deal with. And that's part of the problem too, right? How you were groomed in certain things. That's a problem in itself. You know, because if you're dealing with bad people, you're gonna only learn negative things, right? And I really think you people are not good. I really don't. You know, somebody could say that I'm really pessimistic, but I am because I need to be. When I have those instances when I'm not being pessimistic, those are the times when I'm really vulnerable, because those are the times when I always catch it. Those are always the times when I catch the BS, right? So, you know, I'm not feeling really well today, and I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. You know, I want you guys to like and share and subscribe to my videos. Make sure you get those likes up. Do something, please, for me. I really appreciate that. But we'll be talking again another day, and maybe I'll be in a better place. I'll be feeling better or whatever. We can really hash it out and do some discussion. But until then, try to be mindful of other people, right? Do not put your foot in your mouth, and if you don't know what to say, don't say anything. I think grandmama taught us that, right? Don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. So I'm going to leave you folks with that little tip. Hope it works for you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I love bad behavior. All right? I love it. Y'all take care.